Listen, Dover was on, listen, extraordinary man, Dover Samuels. He's 85 years of age, to give you an example. But then, Winston Peters is 80 now too. So these people are redefining, it has to be said. Both Maori leaders are redefining leadership and at what age. And certainly Dover's got all his marbles and so's Winston Peters. So there is hope for us yet. All right, don't need to talk about those green burials just yet. No, it's Nana Ngāpuhi Leader Mane Tahere. We invited him on the show. Oh God, about 3 weeks, 3 months ago, in actual fact, and he agreed to come and stand, and then just stood us up, and then has done the same again today, this morning. I agreed to come on, and then just pulled out at the last moment. So I'm wondering if it wasn't, a deliberate strategy on his part. He was picked to head Ngāpuhi in December 2023. Yeah, December 2023. So he's been in the job, what, 18 months? But prior to that, he was the Health Ministry's Northland Regional Manager for Equity. I'll say that again. He was the Health Ministry's Northland Regional Manager for Equity. Yeah. Apparently he's got a master's degree in business administration, but from the Nelson Marlborough Institute of Technology. And he's got a master's in Indigenous leadership from the University of Canterbury. Well, if those degrees mean anything, and if being the Health Ministry's Northland Regional Manager for Equity has given any advice, I would have thought, it is that you don't use the death of a 3-year-old girl, Catalya, as some sort of Ngāpuhi celebration. Listen, I'll quote you exactly what he was quoted in the New Zealand Herald talking to Joseph Losey about yesterday. All right. He said, Ngāpuhi Leader Mane Tahere, which is why I wanted him on the show, because it seems such an odd response to the death and shock, another shock, of this little girl being violently murdered by somebody in Kaikoui, another Maori victim of another Maori transgressor. So I was interested in talking to Ngāpuhi Leader Mane Tahere because I just don't understand. And I'm sure as I read out to you what I'm about to read out to you, you won't understand either. So it was to really give the Ngāpuhi tribal leader or iwi leader the opportunity to expand on those thoughts and to explain what, if anything, and also to respond to the claims of Shane Jones and now Dover Samuels that he in specific and his leadership in general were turning a blind eye to the systemic, it would appear, abuse of Maori children in Maori communities in the Ngāpuhi iwi. All right. Now, Ngāpuhi Leader Mane Tahere has said that a hikoi, now it wasn't organised by him, but he knew of it, down Kaikoi's Main Street was planned for, was it yesterday at 10 o'clock? Quote, so, and this is where the leadership is. We, so this is we, I think this is the royal we, are calling a hui to organise a hikoi up Main Street Kaikoi to pay tribute to our dear mokopuna Arahi, Catalya Ramana, Tangi Mitua Pepeni, who tragically passed away. The purpose is to pay tribute to Catalya and to uplift our community. Now, I have to be honest with you. I read that, those are direct quotes from the Ngāpuhi iwi leader, and I thought, that's a really odd response. You're paying tribute to Catalya. That's fair enough, I suppose. But you also want to uplift the Kaikoui community. Whoa. And that's where I went, Yes, but that's not the problem, is it? The problem is, as Shane Jones and now Dover Samuels have commented, is that you've got systemic, antisocial, meth-induced, piss-poor parenting over generations, it would appear, in Kaikooi and other Ngāpuhi communities dominated by your iwi and Maori folk. You've got no attempt on doing this hikoi of 400 throw Kaikooi to try and address the real problems that you've got. Now, the last time I asked for Ngāpuhi Leader Mane Tahere to come on the show and he agreed was to do with his request for additional police assistance in Kaikooi to fight the methamphetamine trade. All right, so in many ways he was conceding and confessing that Ngāpuhi didn't have the answers, didn't have the levers, didn't have the influence, and didn't have the leadership to make a difference in their own tribal rohe or iwi area at all. And obviously, the state of Taitokoro, of Northland, of the Ngāpuhi iwi area, of Kaikoui in specific, which is sort of representative, if you like, but it's certainly not the only troubled community up there. What did Ngāpuhi want to have happen? Now remember, this is a man who's got a master's degree in Indigenous leadership from the University of Canterbury, a master's degree in business and management from the Nelson Marlborough Institute of Technology, a paid civil servant who was the Ministry of Health's Northland Regional Manager for Equity. You would think, wouldn't you, that someone like that, elected to such an important position 18 months ago, would have some answers, or at least some attempted answers. But there he was, 24 hours ago, suggesting the exact opposite. No, we're going to celebrate her life even though she's being killed, murdered, and then we're going to uplift the spirits of the community, because this has been very depressing. Very depressing. Little kitty killed, that's not a good thing. Well, at least we can agree on that. But hey, the Kaikoui community, it's not your fault. Hey, come on, let's uplift it. We'll get a couple of brass bands in, march down the main street, and we'll have a hikoi. Is it any wonder, perhaps, that Shane Jones and Dover Samuels went off? And is it any wonder that those of us who are not Ngāpuhi, not Maori, well, 164th, but that doesn't count, not in leadership positions in the north, shake our heads and go, you're the problem, aren't you? Yes, meth is a problem. Yes, intergenerational welfare dependency is a problem. Yes, violence is a problem, which seems to be part of the culture. But really the problem's you, isn't it? It's the lack of leadership. It's the, let's not talk about it, might go away. Why don't we just get a brass band and march down the main street of Kaikoui, and damn it, that will uplift the community and make such a difference. And then little Catalya, oh, there you go, you've had your honour. Off you go and get buried. Don't need to worry about you again. We've seen you off into the afterlife, if you like. If only blue and green clad brass bandsmen could solve every problem like that, as they did in Kaikoui yesterday morning. If only. But what a joke these people are. And if we are looking to Maori leadership, to Pāti Maori who are completely silent, and Ngāpuhi now leader Mane Tahere, who is living in some sort of delusional paradise, it has to be said. Dear God, you wouldn't need to take methamphetamine to live in his universe. Just quietly, do we expect them to solve it? Now, okay. So if we don't expect the Pāti Maori and Ngāpuhi and Kaikoui or any of that leadership to solve any of these problems, then surely it does fall on the rest of us and upon our government in Wellington to do so. Because I'm over this. There are too many Maori children dying. There are too many Maori failing. There are too many violent Maori. There are too many Maori running away from the issue who should be trying to run towards it and saying the house isn't really on fire. Yes, we know it's burned to the ground, but it's just smoke, which is what Mane Tahere was clearly breathing or emanating yesterday. Those are my thoughts. What are yours?